Welcome to SoundersFC.com. I'm Tony Ventrella with Arlo White and Matt Gaschk. This is your Sounders Roundtable. It's been a while since we've all joined you together. The season is over. The playoffs coming up Halloween night. More about that in a minute. First, the season itself, a roller coaster affair. Ups and downs. There was a lull period. There was a big comeback. And in recent weeks, it's all been very good. I do want to start out, though, by doing something that will be done officially in a few weeks. That is picking some of the stars of the year. So I want to start with favorite moment. Let's start with you, Arlo White. There were many. If you had to pick 1, 2, 3, how many would you go with?
Well, I'd go with one. There's so many that do stick out. You're right, Tony, because it was such a fabulous season, and it's not over yet. And I think there's some more moments to come. And hopefully, the best moment as we reflect in our roundtable after the season is Casey Keller lifting up the MLS Cup in Toronto on November the 21st. But for me, one of the key goals this year, and I think as the announcer, as a team announcer, where I probably lost it the most and started shouting and going a bit dizzy, was Fredy Montero's headed winning goal in stoppage time at home against the Chicago Fire. It was his second goal of the game. We'd gone 1-0 down earlier on. Lovely crossing by Nathan Sturgis. And Fredy just nutted it home, and just the place went mad.
What was he doing at the far post?
He was loitering with, I believe, what is known as intent.
Okay. Just
at the far post.
We're going to let Matt go next. By the way, speaking of Matt, we got 4 ticket giveaways during this program. Matt Gaschk is in charge of that. As soon as you hear the signal, and you will in just a minute, the ticket giveaways begin. But first, your moment of the season.
I had a few. I mean, there's a ton of them. I mean, the one that we were talking about earlier was Fredy Montero's goal in New York, where he came on as a substitute. You know, first time they're playing in Red Bull Arena. It's this great event, and Fredy Montero comes off the bench and rules the day. And you know, that was my first thought. But then I thought, wait a second, we won the U.S. Open Cup for the second time in a row.
Good point, yeah.
The first team in MLS to do it, the first team since 1983. That's my moment, is winning the U.S. Open Cup for a second year in a row.
I'm going to go back early in the season. Michael Facito's goal against Kansas City to beat them. And then, of course, he gets injured, comes back, gets injured again, and comes back again. So
yeah. No, just to add on to what Matt said there about the New York game, that was the week after the 4-0 home defeat to LA as well. So it was a huge, at the time, going on the road to New York, having been beaten 4-0 by LA, for Fredy to do that was great. So, yeah, I'm with Matt as well.
Another category, and I'm not sure there is a category for this, but surprise player of the year.
Well, for me, we saw glimpses of him last season, but I followed this guy all season, and you mentioned his injury problems and the impact that he made with your moment of the year. But for me, Mike Facito, I think, you know, he's on the fringes of the squad. He's scored some goals in the CONCACAF Champions League, but the goals he's scored just whet your appetite for the future. He's got great technique, great poise, great, you know, sort of ice-cool presence under pressure. Puts the ball right in the corner when he gets those chances. So for me, you know, when you say surprise, I'm not shocked and bowled over by it, but it's nice that he emerged and he added something this season. Definitely.
I'm going to go with, thank you, I'm going to go with Sana Niasi, but there's the signal. Time for our first giveaway. It's like a dog.
That's such
Only
an annoying sound, too.
Yes, that's true.
Unbelievable.
Go ahead, what's the deal?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you go to the Pacific Place location of the Pro Shop, go to the front desk, the main desk, and tell them, scarves up higher, at 1 o'clock on Thursday, you will have 1 pair of Sounders FC versus LA Galaxy tickets for October the 31st at Quest Field in the playoffs.
Surprise player of the year.
Surprise player of the year. Again, I had so many different thoughts on this one. Casey Keller has to be a bit of a surprise that at his age, which is quite advanced, he was able to be
He's a relative spring chicken.
in the second half of the year.
His age.
Probably the best goalkeeper in the league in the second half of the
Check
year.
my driver's license here. How old am I?
My surprise player of the year, though, is Patrick Ianni, because he came in the second half of the year, relatively new to the center back position, at least as in a starting role with the Sounders, and really tied that role down well. He's largely responsible for stopping guys like Connor Casey, those guys that can really give you trouble. And he came in and really played well in the second half of the year and was a big reason for this turnaround.
All right, before we get to our second ticket giveaway, MVP. We'll go quickly through this one.
This is a difficult one because there is, again, So many options. I mean, Freddie's going to get a lot of talk in the press and maybe on in MLS circles. If you're gonna pin me down right now, I'll go through a number of names. Casey Keller, Jeff Parker, I think has been great. James Riley's been superb at right back. But for me, maybe it's an English thing. Steve Zakawani, flying down the left wing, Cockney accent. You know, former Arsenal man. You know, he's come up with the assist as well. Good on him. Good on you, Steve. He's had a great season.
Mine is Ozzie Alonso. I think when you see that player playing well, this team really seems to churn well.
And the calendar actually backs that up, because about the time he came back was about when the turnaround continued. I'm going to go with Casey. He had some tremendous saves this year, and you know,
despite his advanced age.
His advanced age and the fact that he's still several decades younger than I am. Oh, you know, there's the sound again. Where's it coming from? Time to give away some tickets.
All right.
Again,
I'll tell you what. This next pair of tickets we're going to take to the Questfield Pro Shop. Again, 1 o'clock on Thursday. We'll give you the same password, Scarves Up Higher. You say that password to the main desk there at the Sounders FC Pro Shop at Questfield, and you get a pair of tickets to the Western Conference semifinals.
All right.
Our employee is exempt, because I could be there in 10 minutes.
Let's do this. The match itself. First of all, just a
I think you're going to have a decent seat for that.
real quick explanation about how this works. It's aggregate goals, the first two.
Yes.
The first match is 5 o'clock Sunday. It's Halloween. Mm-hmm. We'll get to that in 1 second, but just explain how that works and how you get into the second round, and then we'll go with the Halloween theme.
Pretty simple system in theory. 180 minutes of football, 90 minutes at home, 90 minutes away. Whoever's got the most goals at the end of the full-time whistle at the Home Depot Centre wins. If it's level, away goals don't count. Don't be confused by European Champions League and those sort of tournaments. If it's level at the end of 180 minutes, we have 30 minutes of extra time. If the team still can't be separated, penalties.
Okay.
And they loom on the horizon. But it's pretty simple. Whoever gets the most goals over the 2 games wins. So it's important to get off to a good start and get a good lead at home to take down to LA.
All right, lots going on for Halloween. Before we get to that, Bruce Arena versus Ziggy Schmidt. You wrote about this. Right. These guys are obviously coaches that'll go down in history in MLS, but they're against each other. Have they met before?
They've never met in the playoffs before, which is surprising. Both of these guys, Ziggy Schmidt started his college coaching career in 1980. That was when Bruce Arena was in his third year at Virginia. So these guys have crossed paths several times over the years. They've both been at high-class organizations, institutions, be it with Virginia and UCLA. Both of them have 2 MLS Cups. Both of them have won Open Cups. Neither of them have ever met in a playoff game, which is it's shocking.
You think their paths will have crossed before now in the postseason?
Absolutely, and now that they're in the same conference, it's a little more likely to happen. And sure enough, it happens now.
I hear the sound. It happens now. More tickets. Another giveaway.
All right, this one we're going to take you to the Top Pot. Which Top Pot are we going to?
Is it the
Queen Anne? The Queen Anne Top Pot.
Okay.
And again, we'll go with Scarves Up Higher. And if you go to the Queen Anne Top Pot, Scarves Up Higher, we'll go, what time were we going with? 5:30 on Thursday night. You will have a pair of tickets.
Is that the top pot that the president went to last week?
No, he went to the.
He went
let's
downtown.
not confuse that. That was the
Right.
Fifth
The president
Avenue.
went downtown. We need to go to Queen Anne.
This is the one that Mike
We're now in
talked to us
Bellevue.
Right, we've
Right,
been
I
there
see, I've
before.
got you.
All right, now in our last minute or so, Halloween theme. What's going on here? This is going to be fun on Sunday at 5 o'clock and way before 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I was thinking I might dress like Ziggy
That'd be good
for Halloween.
That would be great.
I know I've heard a lot of different Halloween costume ideas. Ziggy mentioned he may wear lederhosen to the game, which would be interesting.
Yep, it would be.
He will not dress as Lady Gaga.
He won't?
No.
Was that a possibility? Was it ever a possibility?
It was just suggested that he brought it up at training. I will not dress like Lady Gaga.
So a tracksuit made of meat on the sideline is not going to happen. Well, what a relief for vegetarians everywhere around Questfield.
Do you guys have it? Do you know specifically what's going on with? Should we just say
Yeah, well,
Halloween
there are
festivities?
10,000 bags of candy to be given away to kids, courtesy of AT&T and Samsung. So go to the various areas around Questfield and you'll be able to pick up those. There's a fancy dress competition happening now. It's in Occidental Avenue, just before the game, before the march to the match, and the best fancy dress will be treated to an all-expenses-paid trip to the second leg down in LA. Hotel, flights, tickets to the match, absolutely fantastic. There'll be a haunted house in the North parking lot as well. I believe there's going to be a recreation of Michael Jackson's Thriller video as well down there, which might be worth being at. So lots and lots going on. It is a slightly awkward time, we understand that, but have a full-on soccer and Halloween experience Sunday night at Quest Field.
And one final ticket giveaway.
How about the front desk at Starfire?
All right, there you go.
We're going to go to the front desk at Starfire on Thursday. We'll call at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you can have a pair of tickets to the Western Conference semifinal, Sounders versus LA Galaxy, 5 o'clock Halloween night at Quest Field.
That was very dramatic. Thank you, Matt. Matt Gaschk, Arlo White, Tony Ventrella. That's our roundtable from Top Pot in Bellevue. See you next time. Let's go get a win on Sunday.
Casey, what are you doing out here, buddy? Practice is over.
I'm just grabbing some rays so I don't burn when we take that sweet Mexican Riviera cruise in January.
Oh, you're right, man. I can't wait to hang out with the fans. Check out Cabo, Mazatlan, and do some cool Holland America excursion.
Exactly. So grab a chair, grab some rays with me. Towels up, Sounders fans, towels up.